guys, so today we have a new video on this channel. I know it's been a bit neglected, but I've been looking for new topics to talk about where beauty meets bad, unethical, immoral. That's my new favorite thing for this channel, is combining beauty with a bit of what the hell is going on and what are we all doing to be beautiful, right? Subscribe, hit the bell, comment for engagement. Let's get into it. This has appeared on my For You page for some reason. Not a reaction to this, but this has appeared on my For You page. So I don't know what TikTok thinks I'm interested in. Because usually what I'll get is reactions, negative reactions to the content that I talk about, the filler text, all those people, right? But this time it was just the direct person I'm talking about. So I don't know, TikTok just handed it to me on a plate, or they thought I was interested. I don't know. So this is the exact video that appeared on my For You page. Behind this video is Please Be Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. Shout out Sabrina, my Grammy winner. But I can't play it obviously because it's copyrighted, but So getting the eyes they always wanted, right? That's when they had me hooked. But I was expecting a stitch. I was expecting oh my god, what the hell is this? And it was just the original video. Like I said, I was shocked that my For You page thought I wanted this. And can you guys see what is wrong? Yeah, so he's changing people's eye color permanently. Not eye contacts, not contact lenses, no. Permanently changing people's eye color. Right? Are we all scared? Blink if you're scared. So this is Brian Boxer Wackler MD. Brian Boxer Wackler MD with 3.4 million followers. Colorize immediately changes eye color in 15 to 20 minutes per eye. No more colored contact lenses. There are many color options at mycoloreyes.com. Someone said, imagine risking being blind for life to look like a literal demon. And I need to really sidestep around this topic. I need to be really soft and gentle. I need to be considerate, because this is something that these people are permanently left with. This is how they've chosen to look, and this is now how they look. Okay, so I'm trying to be very kind and courteous and kind and nice. But it doesn't look good, right? Am I the only one? It looks like you're wearing really cheap contacts. So what is the point of this surgery? I mean, is this when we look at BBLs, right? 95% of BBLs look really bad. And is that because BBLs as a whole look bad, or is it that everyone that so far does BBLs just does them really poorly? And if someone has it done well, we just simply don't know that they have a BBL. So it's not like all BBLs look bad, it's just the ones that we can actually see look bad. And there might be loads or just as many good ones as there are bad ones, but if they're good, we don't know about them. So do people do these contact eye color changes and make them look good, and then we don't know? Or is this where the tech is so far, and he's doing the best he can, or is he not good at his job? Allegedly. This feels so dystopian. Looks awful. Everyone looks like an extra in a zombie movie. Before, after, yeah. They look horrible. They all look like skinwalkers now. Why is he marketing this it's a safe operation? How is it even allowed? Is beyond me, right? Okay, so this is his page. Beverly Hills Eye Surgeon. Obviously, this is in Beverly Hills. Obviously, no offense. Obviously, this is Beverly Hills. Eye color change. Whiter eyes. Keratoconus treatment. Okay, so he's got a few TikToks that have blown up, this one recently, with just the one that appeared on my For You page. It's got almost 13 million views. And he's introducing a new color to his situation called Honey Gold. It's got 6 million views. Incoming new eye color. The fact that he's doing an eye color drop is actually dystopian, what that comment said. What do you mean a new eye color drop? New eye color unlocked. Honey Gold. Get it while stocks last. This is ridiculous. Oh my god, everyone's crying. Everyone looks like they've already lost their eyesight. Those eyes look irritated. They look aggravated. I don't know if it's just because they're straight off surgery, so the eyes look red, but it looks like you've stabbed yourself in the eye. So, right? Everyone just looks like they've been stabbed in the eye. I understand that they're straight out of procedure, so that's probably why. But you look like you shouldn't be able to see anymore because you've been stabbed. Never messing with my vision. You only get one set of eyes. Imagine risking being blind for the rest of your life to look like a demon. So natural and not scary at all. This is terribly stupid. Yeah, I mean, if we just get past the point of these don't look good, right? we can talk about how dangerous it is, but first let's talk about his website. He's got loads of different procedures. He does eye whitening. If you ever wanted to have brighter, whiter, clearer eyes for improved confidence, this might be the right. I think we need to stop insecurities. Like, insecurities need to be banned. What do you mean you're insecure because your eyes aren't white enough? I have never looked at my eyes, other than when like they're obviously dry and irritating. I just put in like a, you know, intensive hydrating eye drop into my eyes or whatever, because I've been wearing contacts for too long. Or if you like to smoke a little something, you might be like, oh god, my eyes look so red right now. But I have never just day to day been like, my eyes just aren't white enough. It's like those eye drops that people recommend that whiten your eyes temporarily to make you look more awake. But apparently they're not like that good for you to use every day. It's like, has society gone to the point that we just make up new insecurities because we don't have anything else to spend money on? And I also do understand, right? And this is a topic that's difficult to talk about, mainly for me as well, because I'm not the arbiter of this situation. But it typically tends to be not white people receiving these surgeries, obviously, because the typical eye color for someone who isn't white is brown. And these people are changing their eye color from brown to like blue or green or whatever it is. And I think there's something about like Eurocentric beauty standards that's coming into this. I definitely don't want to make these people feel worse about the situation than they already maybe have felt, hence why getting the surgery. And that's why I'm not harping too much on how like unappealing this surgery is to me, because obviously there's a reason why these people decided to do such a big procedure to change their eye color, and it has something to do with how much we've all like, not we, I'm not involved in that, how much people have hyped up lighter eye shades, you know, blue or green or hazel. Like, this was such a big like, oh, brown is boring, hazel and blah blah blah. Sad that it's gotten to this point that people are getting lighter eye shades, because that's obviously something that they felt insecure about. Maybe, you know, in school when people are like, oh, if you have these kinds of eyes, you're boring. If you have these kinds of eyes, it's like, oh, and stuff like that actually sticks with people. And yeah, so obviously it's hard for me to talk about this because that's a perspective that I personally don't have, but I can see how maybe if they've been made to feel bad about their eye color due to Eurocentric beauty standards, they might resort to something like this. But I also want to talk about how dangerous doing things like this is for a simple insecurity. So yeah, let's not make these people feel awful about themselves, because they probably already did feel awful. Like I said, hence why getting the surgery done. But I just think we also need to talk about how, allegedly, don't sue me, Dr. Brian, dangerous this is. So he does the whiter eyes eye whitening. He also does keratoconus treatment. I don't really know what that is. Yeah, I guess it's something to do with like an actual like serious eye condition. Yeah, apparently it halts the progression of this thing. Okay, so it's like it like makes your eye like this shape basically, and it can cause blindness and worse vision essentially. But then he also does colorize, right, where he changes your eye color. This is the new honey gold that he dropped, right? So this is a man before with beautiful brown eyes. Those eyes are stunning. Can I just say, like, those eyes are stunning. They look doll-like, and obviously, like most men, he's got these beautiful eyelashes. I don't know what is with men and like beautiful curled, just perfect eyelashes. But yeah, those are stunning eyes that fit his face, and I love a dark brown eye. There's something about, like, you know when the eyes are so dark that they almost blend in with the pupil, and it's like you just look like a doll. Like, you look like a cartoon character, and it makes the eyes look really like Bambi-like and just round. And then we get this, which those eyes, maybe on someone else, fine, okay, fine, because they'll fit those features and blah blah. This doesn't look right because it looks like when you put on contacts. And the fact that he maybe, I'm making up a little life story for him, maybe he was bullied by people for not having these Eurocentric beauty standards and not living up to them. But look at this, like, it's stunning eyes, and then this is not right. This is what insecurities do to people. It's like you'll do something that actually makes you look worse than you did before because someone else, some shithead made you feel really bad. Like BBLs, they're so dangerous and they never look good. Well, like I said, I did that little spiel at the beginning, right? The good ones we probably don't know about. But most of them look so bad. And I hate to talk about it like that because obviously there was a level of insecurity, a deep, deep rooted insecurity to put yourself at risk to do that. And then it doesn't look good anyway. But I don't think there's ever really a time where someone gets something super drastic done that I look at them and go, oh yeah, that made sense. Like, that looks so much better. And it's just what insecurities make us do. It's so sad. Like, yeah, his eyes were stunning before. I don't know why we would do that, right? Even this, like, he's once again got these like really dark eyes, unless it's just the lighting, but just dark brown eyes. And then this just doesn't look right, right? Once again, beautiful, stunning, like cartoon almost eyes. And then we get the steel grey, which just looks like a contact lens. Obviously, that's the guy that we saw. Olive green. I mean, that's probably the most natural. I'm really pushing the word natural here to its absolute limits, but that's like the most natural. And then once again, this is not right. And she looked so stunning before. Like, I just don't understand. This one looks decently natural, but only because she has almost like softer features and her eyes were way lighter than the previous candidates that we saw. So the difference isn't as drastic, but it still doesn't look super natural, unless that's not what they're going for. I mean, this one is abysmal. Why would we do that? Once again, beautiful brown eyes. And I mean, this guy even has blonde hair, which typically it's associated with like, oh, blonde hair, blue eyes. But that's only because you have really like lighter features, and so it all goes together, if that makes sense. And then if you have darker features, then the dark eyes fit those features. So typically you'll see people that are naturally blonde with naturally blue eyes and naturally darker hair. You'll typically naturally have darker eyes because that's just kind of how. But then obviously you have anomalies on both sides. Like I said, you'll have a lot of blonde people with brown eyes, and you also have some like people with darker hair or darker features that have like more hazel / greenish eyes. But even with him, with the lighter features and the blonde hair, the blue eyes just don't quite. It's just something is like almost uncanny valley about it. And even this honey gold, I mean, it just doesn't. I mean, these were beautiful before. I mean, this difference isn't massive, but it's like, was it worth almost losing your allegedly losing your vision for that? I mean, that difference isn't there. Apparently, this is the Color Eyes kerato pigmentation in Beverly Hills. So, for years, if you longed for having crystal blue eyes or vibrant, even the way he's, let me try and get my words in order. Even the way he's portraying it is saying like brown is bad. Brown eyes are bad, because he's not showing any options where someone went from having blue eyes to dark brown eyes, right? So he's obviously putting the green and the hazel and the blue on a pedestal and saying if you have brown eyes, you could have them changed, right? But he's never saying like, oh, if you have blue eyes, you might want beautiful brown eyes. So it's like even just the way he's portraying it is feeding on people's insecurities, right? Because they click on his website and they think, yeah, I do have brown, boring eyes. I want something else. So he's saying like, oh, if you want crystal blue eyes or vibrant green eyes, now you finally can. As people just like long for having different, it's just building on people's insecurities. Perhaps you have brown eyes, but dream of them being lighter brown, like a honey. Like even just the way he's crystal blue, vibrant green, warm honey. Oh, brown, you have brown eyes. Right, like what is it? Oh, like I said, Eurocentric beauty standards, right? And he's from Beverly Hills as well. I don't know, like imagine at last having the eye color you always wished you were born with. Deep down, many people feel this way. Yep, due to bullying, insecurities, caused by bullying and other people. Like no one is born. I bet if someone is born with brown eyes and every day someone goes, oh my God, those are stunning brown eyes. Those are the best, most beautiful, deep, rich brown eyes I've ever seen. They will never get the surgery done because they'll never feel the need to, because they would have never been made to feel insecure about it. It's not like we just are born, like the moment you're born with brown eyes, you're just deeply insecure about them. Absolutely not. It's caused by other people. So it's not like oh my God, many people feel this way. Yeah, for a reason. How about instead of getting surgery to have this thing change, we just stop bullying people for a beautiful feature? How about that? If you wear colored contact lenses, how wonderful would it be to not deal with the hassles and at last have your new eye color 24/7? Think of how you'd feel waking up with your beautiful new eyes and going to bed with them. That would be life-changing. Would it be life-changing? This is so dystopian. You know, it'd be life-changing, like housing, affordable housing, and like food and heating and having your bills paid and having a decent salary. Not changing your eye color. Like, right? Can we just all be fucking for real for a minute? Can we just be for real? So yeah, he says all of that. Obviously, we've seen the pictures. Improvement for arcus senilis, yellow rings around eyes. High cholesterol can deposit around the outer edges of the corneas, causing a yellow ring. Up until now, there was no treatment. Color Eyes can dramatically improve the appearance and boost self-confidence by reducing the contrast of the yellow rings against the dark iris. So before, after. Am I confused? Is this actually an insecurity that people have? The yellow ring. is this actually something that people are like insecure about? Or is this, and see, your color choices: honey gold, steel gray, olive green, emerald green, evergreen, Riviera blue, Paris blue. So you can't go from, let's say, my eye color to a brown, because he doesn't think that you'd want to do that, right? So you can only go from brown to one of these, which are like lighter, more European looking eye colors. There's obviously a bit of a vendetta against brown eyes here, which, like I've shown, all the befores looked stunning and amazing, and they fit the features of the person that was carrying them. Colorize is a quick 15-minute per eye procedure, typically painless, that instantly changes the eye color of your eyes. Patients sit up from the procedure, look in the mirror, and often cry with tears of happiness and elation. Are you sure they're not crying because they think, what the f have I done? Because I want to hear someone speak out that's actually had this done, and I want to know if you're actually happy with what you saw when you opened your eyes. Anyways, 3 steps, right? So you use a laser to create a circular channel in the cornea, just under the cornea surface. That's like hurting my eyes just thinking about that. Then use an instrument to widen the outer edge of the channel to match the outer cornea diameter. And then you will place the chosen cornea ink in the channel through the small opening. Safety. Okay, so it's an elevated form of the keratopigmentation, which has a robust track record of over 15 years for being overall safe and effective. Of course, any procedure has some element of risk. There's minimal risk and it's highly effective, apparently. And then he's also got some studies published in the medical journals that there are no reports of infections nor loss of visions with modern keratopigmentation in people with healthy eyes who are properly evaluated. Light sensitivity can occur, which is usually temporary. And apparently colored contact lenses have 160% higher risk of cornea ulcers / infections, which can cause loss of vision, compared to the keratopigmentation, which has 0 reported cornea ulcers / infections in peer-reviewed published studies. Okay, more before and afters. Cost, it's customized. You can do financing, but it doesn't say how expensive it is, so you have to call him and talk to him. What are the psychological benefits of changing eye color? It can significantly impact self-perception and interpersonal relations. Many individuals see their eye color as integral in their identity and choose to change it for self-expression or to enhance alignment between their inner self and outward appearance. This alteration can boost self-esteem and confidence, particularly if the new eye color resonates with cultural or familial significance. Right. So like maybe if you're the only one in the family that has different eyes to the rest of your family and they've made you feel really bad about it. But once again, that's not the problem with the eyes that you have. It's the problem with your family being dicks. World-renowned cornea fellowship trained specialists delivered 273 scientific presentations at medical conferences around the world starting in 1995, published 74 peer-reviewed medical journal articles and book chapters, pioneered 3 transformative procedures for keratoconus, one of which has an Olympic gold medal behind it. He's also done like vision ICL, vision correction, fortified LASIK, whiter eyes. So he like trademarks a lot of things. Not trademarks, but like, you know what I mean? Like registers a bunch of stuff that he has. And he has the longest experience in the world creating tunnels in the cornea to place intact implant for keratoconus. Now, let's assume that everything he said is absolutely correct, right? You can change your eye color with him specifically in Beverly Hills and it'll be completely safe and fantastic and amazing. Let's talk about how this will begin a trend, just like BBLs. I bet the first few BBLs that were ever done were safe, done well, done to a subtle effect that didn't make you look like a letter P. And the thighs matched the bum, matched the tummy, and everything looked good. Let's assume that. Then that becomes the new trend, the new thing that everyone has to do to feel beautiful, right? Just like we had with lip filler and the boob jobs and the BBLs and the Botox. And then someone wants to do it in a more affordable way. And that's why we have the going to Turkey to get turkey teeth and to get turkey BBLs and turkey fillers. And that's nothing against Turkey. Obviously, that's just the like stereotype in the UK for where you get things done for cheap. And sometimes it can be good or it can be not good. This will become a new trend, let's say. And then people go and get it done for cheap. And then suddenly, just like with the BBL, everyone's losing their eyesight. So I'm not accusing Brian of being one of those people that can cause eye vision loss and blah, blah. Because he said that his procedure specifically is completely safe. And I'm going to take his word for that. But other people can't say the same. So we have American Academy of Ophthalmology issues warning on the dangers of eye color changing procedures. And this was January 29th, 2024, literally last year. San Francisco. They're warning the public against 2 eye color changing surgeries that are trending on social media: iris implant surgery and a laser surgery that inserts pigment into the cornea. Did we not just talk about one like that? Both of these surgeries carry serious risk for vision loss and complications. These risks and complications should be fully disclosed to patients. Patients contemplating these procedures for cosmetic reasons alone must weigh these serious risks against the potential gain. So iris implants have been FDA approved for patients who are missing part or all of their iris, the colored part of the eye, due to injury or a birth defect. So that surgery then involves inserting the artificial iris made of silicone through a slit that has been cut into the eye at the edge of the cornea. Then the artificial iris is unfolded inside of the eye and adjusted to cover the natural iris. It's almost like a eye contact lens, but put under the eye rather than like over the eye. They might have this surgery done for medical reasons, but they also risk complications from the implant surgery. But the benefits to them outweigh the risks. But if you're just doing it for beauty reasons, it might not be worth it. So you can have reduced vision or blindness, light sensitivity, elevated pressure inside the eye that can lead to glaucoma, a potentially blinding disease, a cataract or clouding of the eye's natural clear lens, injury to the cornea, inflammation, and then we have the keratopigmentation, which is what we just talked about. Also referred to as eye tattooing, is the surgery performed on the cornea itself. The natural cornea is crystal clear and shows the color of the iris underneath it inside the eye. Keratopigmentation involves using a needle or a laser to create space in the cornea itself, into which a color pigment is injected, permanently changing the cornea from clear to opaque and covering over the natural iris color inside. That's why it always looks so unblended, because you're taking a thing that is clear, and so there's a bit of like translucidness to it, and you're just making it opaque, which is why it looks so like slapped on there, right? Just like a contact lens is opaque because it needs to cover your natural eye color. And that's why it looks so fake. And the possible risks here include damage to the cornea that can lead to cloudiness, warpage, fluid leakage, and vision loss, light sensitivity, reaction to the dye, which can cause inflammation, uveitis, or blood vessel growth into the cornea, bacterial fungal infection, which can produce corneal scarring and vision loss, uneven distribution of the dye, leakage of the dye into the eye, and color fading due to the dye moving or leaking into the eye. Don't think that these surgeries carry no risk, said Joanne A. Giacconi, MD, clinical spokesperson for the American Academy of the Eyes. No surgery is risk-free. With purely cosmetic surgeries on the eye, it's not worth the risk when it comes to your good vision. You only get these 2 eyes, that's it. You don't get anything else, guys. I know you wouldn't do that. Cosmetic eye color surgery leaves Instagram model partially blind. Model admits she made a terrible mistake in having the surgery done. Experts say these type of surgeries are dangerous and there are safer alternatives. Having surgery to change the color of your eyes can really leave you blue. Just ask Nadine Brunner. The 32-year-old Instagram model has been left partially blind after a controversial surgical procedure to change her eye color. Brunner wanted to alter her eyes from hazel to light grey by undergoing a procedure in which silicone implants are placed under the eye. Now, the surgery isn't approved in the United States. So she traveled to Colombia for the procedure. She has now lost 80% of the vision in her right eye and 50% of the vision in her left eye. There was one girl that was accused of doing it to one eye to make herself look more interesting, but I don't think it's ever been like proved that she actually did it. I think there was some controversy about that. She was like a model. Let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about, because it's like vaguely at the top of my head. She will have to live with the damage for the rest of her life. Before the surgery, my eyes were completely healthy. They were in really good condition. I was so naive. Despite traveling to Colombia twice more in the year following her initial surgery, Brunner's surgeons were unable to repair the damage. Dr. Rania Habash from the Boston Palmer Eye Institute in Florida led a team to remove the implants from Brunner's eyes and conduct emergency glaucoma surgery. There's a reason these procedures are not FDA approved, and that's because we've seen the long-term irreparable damage they can cause. Nadine's eye problems are something that she'll have to deal with for the rest of her life. She's never going to be done with it. And she obviously had the implant, which is now FDA approved, but it wasn't at the time when she got it done. But it's FDA approved, obviously, preferably for someone who actually needs that implant. But then the actual pigment one, where you kind of tattoo the eye, that one you can get done in the US. Obviously, you can get it done in Beverly Hills, but it's equally probably not worth the risk. August 2024, so a bit after that first article that we saw, most dangerous cosmetic surgeries revealed. One has a 92% risk of complications. Let's find out. So, Americans can't get enough cosmetic procedures, which increased 5% in 2023 over the previous year, according to a report from the American Society of Plastic Surgeons. All procedures carry a risk, but one in particular comes with a staggering 92% likelihood of complications. Eye color change surgery, which includes cosmetic iris implants, laser pigment removal, and keratopigmentation, tops the list of top 10 most dangerous cosmetic surgeries, with recovery times ranging from 1 to 8 weeks and an average cost of 12 grand. The researchers from the online eyewear retailer Overnight Glasses say patients are rolling the dice with their eyesight. In keratopigmentation, which is the one that our Beverly Hills guy was talking about, which is not approved by the US Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. A laser is used to create a tunnel in the cornea to place the color pigment. A French company that trains ophthalmologists to perform keratopigmentation shared footage last year of a woman who changed her brown eyes to a stark, vibrant blue in a clip scoring nearly 30 million views on TikTok. But experts have long warned of the complications for this procedure, which include vision loss, blindness, glaucoma, uveitis, or eye inflammation. Dr. Colin McCannell, a professor of clinical ophthalmology at the University of California, LA, told Healthline that it's a bad idea to pursue any unnecessary eye surgery due to the risk of complications. Obviously, this is a Brazilian model underwent the procedure, changing her brown peepers to a vibrant blue. I mean, vibrant, I guess, but she looked so stunning before. Other potentially dangerous cosmetic procedures: thigh lifts, Brazilian butt lifts, obviously. Okay, so top 10 most dangerous cosmetic surgeries. Do we want to take some guesses? Anyone have any guesses? So number 1 is eye color change surgery, which has a 92.3% complication rate. Thigh lift, 78%. Brazilian butt lift, 38%. Body lift, 42%. Injectable fillers, 65% complication rate. Breast reduction. For some reason, my camera switched off and I didn't realize, and I was halfway through the list. So I'm just going to finish the list here before going to the outro. So we have obviously BBLs, 38% complication rate. Body lift, 42%. Injectable fillers, 65% complication rate. But the thing is, with a lip filler, like, you might get an infection or a really bad weird scarring or something, or it might migrate. That might be considered a complication, but you won't lose your eyesight, lose your vision, lose your whole lip. So most of the complications for lip fillers are more aesthetic and surface level issues, rather than like a Brazilian butt lift where the fat can be put into your artery and you die, or an eye color surgery where you lose eyesight. So yeah, I think the complication rate, it covers a wide range of things. Breast reduction, 38%, butt implants, 22%, breast augmentation, 14%, arm lift, 21%, and a breast lift, 10%. Don't get your eye color changed. So yeah, that's the top 10. Please don't get your eye colors changed. And if you see anyone talking about it, just tell them that they might go blind. Let me know what you guys think about any of this. Subscribe, hit the bell, like, comment for engagement, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.